Nobody talks about this, but your gut is making decisions about your life that you never agreed to. Your energy levels? Your gut decides that. Your mood at 2 p.m.? Your gut. The reason you can eat perfectly for a week and still feel like garbage? Still your gut. And the most frustrating part is that most of what you have been told to do about it is either wrong, overpriced, or completely backwards. And here is what nobody is telling you. Your body already has everything it needs to fix this. Built in. No upgrades required. What I am about to share with you are 5 mechanisms. Real biological processes happening inside you right now that most people have never had explained to them properly. And once you understand how they work together, the bloating, the fatigue, the brain fog finally stop feeling random. They start making complete sense. No detox kits, no expensive powders, just your own biology, finally working the way it was designed to. Once you stop accidentally getting in the way. Here are all 5. Let's go. The biology of doing nothing. Here is something that took scientists a surprisingly long time to figure out. Your small intestine is not one system. It is 2 completely separate systems sharing the same real estate. During the day, when you are eating, it runs in absorption mode, breaking down food, pulling out nutrients, managing the traffic of everything you consume. But there is a second mode, a maintenance mode, and it only activates under one specific condition, when your gut is completely empty. Scientists call this the migrating motor complex. What it actually is a deep cleaning cycle, a wave of powerful muscular contractions that moves from your stomach all the way through your small intestine, sweeping out everything that does not belong, leftover food particles, dead cells, excess bacteria, and pushing it all down into the colon for removal. Think of it like a self-cleaning oven. It does not clean while it is cooking. It cleans after, when the heat is off and the door is closed. Your gut works the same way. The cleaning cycle cannot run while you are digesting. It requires your stomach to sit empty for at least 90 minutes just to get started. Then the sweep itself takes another 90 minutes to complete. Here is where most people's gut health collapses without them ever knowing it. We graze all day. We eat every 2 hours because we were told it boosts metabolism. We have a snack before bed because we are slightly peckish. We sip on a smoothie mid-morning because it is healthy. Every single one of those moments resets the timer to 0. The cleaning cycle never completes. The debris accumulates. The bacteria that should have been swept out start building a home in the small intestine, multiplying, fermenting, and producing the gas and inflammation that makes daily life miserable. The solution sounds almost too simple. Leave 4 to 5 hours between meals. No snacks, no caloric drinks in between, just space. When your stomach starts growling during that window and you are not genuinely hungry, do not reach for food. That sound is not your body begging. That is your body cleaning. Let it finish. Feed the right ecosystem. Here is an analogy that reframes everything. Imagine you own a farm. You have hundreds of different crops, each requiring different nutrients from the soil. Now imagine you only fertilize one section of that farm. What happens? That one section thrives. Everything else slowly dies off. And when you lose crop diversity, the entire farm becomes fragile. One bad season wipes it out. Your gut microbiome works exactly like this. You have thousands of bacterial species living inside you. Each one has a preferred food source. Each one produces different compounds that protect your gut lining, regulate your immune system, and communicate with your brain. When you eat the same foods on rotation, which most people do because life is busy, you are only fertilizing a tiny corner of that farm. The rest of your bacterial diversity quietly starves out. And a low diversity microbiome is one of the most consistent markers researchers find in people with chronic inflammation, poor immunity, and mental health struggles. Now here is the number that changed how I think about food. The largest microbiome study ever done found that people who consumed more than 30 different plant foods per week had dramatically more diverse and resilient gut bacteria than those who ate fewer than 10. 30 sounds like a lot until you understand what counts. Every different vegetable is one. Every different fruit. Every nut, every seed, every herb, every spice, every legume. The garlic in your pasta sauce counts. The cumin in your taco seasoning counts. The slice of lemon in your water counts. You are probably closer to 30 than you think. And the gap between where you are and where you need to be might be as simple as rotating your vegetables, adding a new herb each week, or swapping your usual lunchtime grain for something different. The goal is not volume. It is variety. You are not trying to eat more. You are trying to feed more of the ecosystem, because a diverse, well-fed microbiome does not just improve digestion, it actively outcompetes the harmful bacteria that cause the problems in the first place. Why timing matters more than you think. Every cell in your body runs on a clock. Your heart cells, your liver cells, your brain cells. They all follow a 24-hour rhythm tied to light and darkness. Scientists call this the circadian system, and your gut has one of the most pronounced circadian rhythms of any organ in your body. Here is what that means in practice. The enzymes your stomach uses to break down food are not produced at a flat, constant rate throughout the day. They peak in the morning and early afternoon. By evening, production begins to wind down. By late at night, your digestive capacity is operating at a fraction of what it was at noon. Your insulin response follows the same curve. The same meal eaten at 8 a.m. versus 9 p.m. produces a dramatically different blood sugar spike. The evening version is significantly worse. More fat storage, more inflammation, more stress on the system. And there is a third layer that almost never gets mentioned. Many of the bacteria in your gut also follow a circadian rhythm. They cycle through active and dormant phases aligned with your sleep-wake cycle. When you eat late at night, you are not just stressing your digestive organs, you are disrupting the biological schedule of trillions of organisms that help regulate everything from your immune response to your mood. The practical shift here is not extreme, it is just alignment. Try to eat your largest meal earlier in the day when your digestive system is at full capacity. Try to finish eating at least 2 to 3 hours before bed. Not because of some arbitrary wellness rule, but because you are working with your body's actual operating schedule instead of against it. Your gut does its deepest repair work while you sleep. Give it the space to do that without having to simultaneously process a late dinner. Why stress is a digestive disease. Most people think of digestion as a purely physical process. Food goes in, chemistry happens, waste comes out. But digestion is just as much a neurological process as it is a chemical one. And this is the piece that explains why so many people eat well and still suffer. Your gut has its own nervous system. It contains more neurons than your spinal cord. Researchers actually call it the second brain, and it is in constant two-way communication with your actual brain through a long nerve called the vagus nerve. Here's the critical part. Your body has two operating states. One is designed for threat response. Your heart rate rises, your muscles tense, your attention narrows. The other is designed for restoration. Your heart rate slows, your breathing deepens, and critically, your digestive system powers up. These two states cannot run simultaneously. It is not a dial, it is a switch. And the modern world keeps that switch flipped the wrong way almost permanently. When you eat while answering emails, eating standing up, scrolling through your phone, or mentally running through your to-do list, your body is in threat mode. In that state, blood is redirected away from your digestive organs. Stomach acid production drops. The muscular movement that pushes food through your gut slows to a crawl. Your body is preparing to run from a predator, not break down a meal. The food sits. It ferments. It creates the exact environment where harmful bacteria thrive and your gut lining takes damage. Here is the intervention that sounds too simple to be real, but is backed by solid physiology. Before every meal, before you take a single bite, Take 3 slow breaths with a long exhale. This is not meditation fluff. A slow exhale directly activates the vagus nerve, which signals the parasympathetic nervous system to take over. Within seconds, your body shifts state. Digestive enzymes begin flowing. Gut motility resumes. You are now actually ready to eat. 30 seconds before every meal. That is the entire protocol. The most sophisticated nutrition plan in the world does nothing if the system is switched off when the food arrives. What is quietly destroying your microbiome? Every day. We spend a lot of time talking about what to add to support gut health. But one of the most overlooked conversations is about what we are already adding, unintentionally, that tears it down. Your microbiome is under 3 forms of quiet assault that most people never think about. The first is antibiotic exposure. Not just from prescriptions, though overuse there is genuinely a problem, but from the food supply. Conventionally raised livestock are routinely given antibiotics to accelerate growth. Those residues end up in the meat and dairy you consume. Studies have found measurable antibiotic compounds in people who never took a prescription, traced back entirely to diet. Every exposure, however small, shifts the balance of your internal ecosystem in ways that take significant time to undo. The second is agricultural chemicals. The herbicides and pesticides used on conventional produce were designed to interfere with the biological systems of living organisms. Your gut bacteria are living organisms. The research connecting common pesticide residues to microbiome disruption is growing, and it is not subtle. You do not need to panic or go fully organic immediately, but deliberately choosing organic versions of the produce most heavily contaminated is a meaningful and targeted step. The third is your drinking water. Chlorine is added to municipal water systems to prevent bacterial growth in the pipes. That serves an important public health function. But chlorine does not distinguish between pipe bacteria and gut bacteria. Drinking chlorinated water throughout the day introduces a low-level antimicrobial agent into your system continuously. A simple carbon filter, the kind that sits on your countertop or attaches to your faucet, removes virtually all of it for a minimal cost. None of these are catastrophic in isolation, but they are cumulative. And they create a constant headwind against which every positive gut health effort has to fight. Remove the headwind, and the positive changes you make actually land. What this all adds up to. Here is the honest truth about gut health that the industry does not want to sell you. There is no product that replaces these 5 things. There is no supplement that does the work of your body's own cleaning cycle. There is no probiotic that compensates for a diet that feeds nobody. There is no pill that overrides the damage of eating against your circadian rhythm. No powder that fixes a nervous system stuck in threat mode. And no superfood that counteracts daily chemical exposure. The gut heals through conditions, not through consumption. And what is remarkable about those conditions is that your body is already built to create them. The cleaning mechanisms exist. The bacterial ecosystem is ready to flourish. The repair systems run every single night. You do not have to build anything from scratch. You just have to stop obstructing what is already trying to happen. The 5 things are simple enough to say in a single breath. Give your gut time between meals. Feed a wide variety of plants. Eat earlier and finish earlier. Slow down before you eat. And reduce the chemical noise your microbiome is constantly fighting against. None of these require money. None require a specialist. None require willpower in the dramatic sense. They require understanding, which you now have. The gut is one of the most regenerative systems in the human body. The lining renews itself constantly. The bacterial ecosystem can shift meaningfully in a matter of weeks. The nervous system can be retrained through consistent small signals. You are not starting from scratch. You are just finally working with the system instead of against it.